to have and share information across the board. Number one, I want to say this for the record, Honorable Speaker, is that for the African Nations Championship, CHAN, we have currently handed over Kasarani, and Kasarani now, for those who have been there before, it's a completely new facility with changing rooms, with a canopy, with seats, with a good pitch, with screens, and many other facilities that which is now complete as per the CHAN requirements. However, after CHAN, we will embark on doing a canopy in Nyayo Stadium and also complete the other work related to athletes. We have equally handed over Ulinzi for training and Police Stadium, Police Circle Stadium for training, which we will also upgrade immediately after CHAN for other facilities. We have also Utalii College. Allow me also to respond as it is. Allow me also to respond as it is. Number one, there were issues in Bukungu Stadium in Kakamega. Then we visited, we had a meeting with the county government and the technical team. And as we speak, Honorable Speaker, we resolved the issues around Bukungu and the contractor is on site. Part of the stalemate was a pending bill of 627 million by the county government. And we agreed that the county government will be settling that one. As we also manage the 1.5 billion part of the spending that we'll do in Kakamega. So Bukungu now, the contractor is on the ground. In fact, I just saw a certificate last week and we have paid, and therefore he should continue. And we will be monitoring, we will hasten implementation so that this becomes part of the Afcon grounds in 2027. The water, coming back to Makueni, what the field now will accommodate is around 5,000 capacity. Because of the other challenges I mentioned, it cannot hold 15,000. And therefore in Makueni, we will also find another place where we can do a 15,000 seater stadium. But because this is a project which was started in 2017, we will endeavor to complete it to, accommodate football and other track events with a capacity of 5,000, just to make sure that we accommodate, the challenges that we have found on the ground. I also know that in Kericho, Kiprugut Chumo, which had been done for celebrations. This is a field also with a capacity of 5,000. And when we checked the other standards, we realized that other standards cannot be accommodated, especially matters athletics. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, we are doing Kapkatet Stadium in Kericho, which will have a 10,000 seater. And this one, our contractor has already been identified. The other issue about Mombasa, the proposal, Honorable Speaker, that came was that Mombasa County Government had proposed that we do a securitization process for around 1.5 billion, which they suggested how that money was going to be paid. We cannot do that securitization, and therefore what we have decided is that we will still work with the county government on a different arrangement, but still achieve an international stadium in Mombasa. So I want to assure the House that we have put priority for Mombasa to have an international stadium, and that is part of what we are working now. Last week, we were assessing Kilifi, and in Kilifi, we've already agreed with the county government to do a 10,000-seater, and we've agreed on the arrangement for partnership. In Kajiado, we are making an assessment. We have already identified a team that is going to work with the county government to identify a site, and therefore, once the technical assessments are concluded, I will be able to make a comprehensive statement on the same. The other question from Honorable Sifuna, asked about the rugby lioness and acknowledged that we had pictures. So I want to assure the House that we have now 70 million that we'll be giving to athletes, those who won matches and they have not been honored. And part of this money is also going to be given to the rugby team and the other teams. So in the next few weeks, we'll be calling them and we'll be giving them their awards. I know I can see Mheshimiwa Sifuna is nodding, but that is the plan, and that is the plan we will be implementing because that is what we have set aside as government to ensure that we honor our achievers.
So, Honorable CS, for clarity, the 2 million dummy check is part of the 70 million which you intend to use to honor athletes?
Actually, that day we gave, is it 3? We gave 2, how much? We actually gave them 3.2 in that dummy check, and there should be no cause for alarm. I'm sure we will also give others who may not have benefited. So the 70 million is the package, including the 3.2 that we had given earlier. Because we also have athletes who won, who broke records. Some were honored, some were not honored. So in total, we have set aside 70 million. And we will be giving this soon. And you will see the ceremony and you will confirm. So I really don't want to belabor on this point because I know we have committed and we will deliver. Maybe Mheshimiwa Sifuna would have wanted it differently, but this is the arrangement that we have done in the ministry. The other question is about Bungoma. Bungoma, we have paid 36 million for the canopy, and the contractor is on the ground to do the canopy, because we agreed that we also do canopy for Bungoma, and the contractor is on the ground. We have just paid 36 million for him to continue. Now, in terms of preparation for Harambee Stars, we are very confident. The team is already in the camp. We have supported them. They have a good technical bench. They have a good head coach. And therefore, preparation for the team is ongoing. And we are in touch to ensure that we do whatever we can do to support them. And I want to use this opportunity to rally the Senate and to rally all Kenyans, to ensure that we support our team, Harambee Stars. In Embu, I know we have a stadium there. We are now doing the changing rooms in the Embu Stadium, which was done for celebrations, but now we are embarking on making sure that it can comply for matters sports. So we are currently doing the changing rooms. On the other one, Njukiri, Kajiado I have mentioned. I can see Senator things I have skipped. I said we are making the technical assessment
Yeah,
and
you've
identifying
you've
a
already
field for the
stated
same.
the
Yeah.
issue.
So Meru, that is Embu, that is what we are doing. We're doing the changing rooms, and that is the current situation on the ground. In Nyandarua, the Olkalau Stadium has now been advertised. It's going to be done by the Ministry of Defense. And so that's the situation in Nyandarua. It's been advertised and is going to be implemented by the Ministry of Defense. Jukiri. I think I responded on the M1. Jukiri is at the planning stage. Is still at assessment and design, but I think it's going to be a 10,000-seater stadium. So the Moi Stadium in Embu is done. Changing rooms are ongoing.
CS, please finish.
Yes, Madam Speaker, I have finished the supplementary questions that arose from the floor. Because away from the first question, we had an official statement. We also decided to respond on the ones that have come from the floor. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, we're moving to the next question. I have ruled. Which one? Please give Senator Q the floor.
Madam Speaker, my question was very specific, and it was actually arising from Wote. The minister said that they have cut down on the size of the stadium. And I asked, what is going to be the new capacity of that stadium? And has that had an impact on the budget from the original design?
Senator Methu, which bit has not been answered?
Just, you know, the minister has just said what I've said. He has told us that the stadium has been handed over to the Ministry of Defense. That is what I said. He has said that the stadium has been advertised. That is what I have said. I asked him, what timelines are there? As you handed over to the Olkalau Stadium to the Ministry of Defense, what timelines are you working with? When can that stadium be ready? That was a very specific question.
Mr. Speaker, allow me to restate my points as follows. Number one, I said the new capacity in Wote will be 5,000. And I also said that we will identify a new ground where we will do a bigger stadium of 15,000 capacity. I also said in Nyandarua, Olkalau has been advertised by the Minister of Defense, and that size of stadium takes about 12 months to complete. Maybe I should also add as additional information that Kitui is now 15% of implementation and is going to be handed over to us by the contractor on the 6th of October for Mashujaa celebrations.
Thank you, Honorable CS. Honorable Senators, we will now move to question number 067 by Senator Joyce Korir. And I'm informed that Senator Miraj is going to ask that question on behalf of Senator Joyce Korir. Honorable Miraj, you may proceed to ask the question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide details of the specific government programs and initiatives in place to promote mental health and overall well-being of young people in Kenya, and explain how these initiatives have been tailored to address individual challenges faced by the youth? B, what measures has the ministry put in place to address the increasing mental health challenges like anxiety and depression among the young people, and most likely those participating in sports or arts programs? C, what approaches are being implemented to incorporate mental health support into youth-oriented sports and arts programs, and how can they access these services? D, are there any joint initiatives between the ministry and the Ministry of Health and other mental health organizations aimed to raise awareness on mental health issues faced by the youth, and if so, could the Cabinet Secretary highlight them? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may now proceed to respond.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and members of the Senate. Mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her
Honorable
own...
CS, just to save on time,
Yep.
Start from page 3 with the last paragraph, so that we go direct to the question.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the guidance. The Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, in collaboration with key stakeholders, has rolled out several programs aimed at promoting mental health and overall well-being among young people, particularly those engaged in sports and the creative economy. These measures include, number one, the establishment of youth safe spaces within the operational youth empowerment centers, which offers mental health, therapeutic services, amongst other related matters, such as sexual reproductive health. The ministry has a program and the initiative of leveraging on technology to offer counseling services to the youth through utilization of an online counseling application developed by the youth, Kelvin Joroge. This intervention is preferred by the youth for the reasons that if used, it is easy, convenient, confidential, cheap, and accessible from a personal phone. This initiative has since seen increases in the number of the youth accessing counseling services, which help to mitigate mental health challenges. Through collaboration between the ministry and International Youth Fellowship, Korea International NGO with presence in 105 countries worldwide, currently based at Kasarani and operates satellite campuses across the country, offers mindset changes training which integrates mental health clinic through weekend academy program. Through Kikao initiative and outreach activity in which the ministry in collaboration with other MDS organizes sensitization programs where mobile health clinics are organized for the youth. The ministry, through State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, has lined up a myriad of collaborative program with Madari Hospital, Youth in College, JQuat, to offer mental health sensitization, screening and referral to the youth in college who may not wish to use the in-college counseling facilities. The ministry also uses the services of the officer in charge of employee wellness to provide on-the-spot guidance on matters mental health to the youth who come to the office seeking information on mental health services. Number 7, sports and arts therapy programs. Initiatives such as Sports for Development and Creative Therapy workshops are designed to foster mental well-being through engagement in sports and the arts, promoting resilience, teamwork, and emotional expression. Partnerships with mental health professionals. The ministry collaborates with psychologists and counselors to offer tailored mental health services during youth sports camps and creative arts events. Number 9, public awareness campaigns. Initiatives like End the Stigma and Mental Health Awareness Weeks target young people to promote open dialogue around mental health, destigmatization, and encourage help-seeking behaviors. These initiatives are customers to address challenges such as anxiety, depression, peer pressure, and identity crisis commonly faced by the youth. The ministry also has adopted a multifaceted approach, including embedding mental health services in youth centers and sports federations. 120 operational youth empowerment centers now integrate mental health sessions, including counseling, in their daily activities. The sports federations too have integrated counseling and mental health screening in their programs. Training coaches and instructors, capacity building for coaches and arts instructors on mental health, first aid to identify early signs of mental distress among participants. 3, referral systems, established referral pathways for young people requiring specialized mental health services to public and private healthcare providers. Number 4, wellness programs for national teams. The ministry supports the Kenya Academy of Sports to include mental health modules in athlete development programs, including psychological preparation and post-event counseling. Integrated service delivery model. The ministry is piloting integrated sports and arts programs with inbuilt mental health support services. These are accessible at county youth empowerment centers and during national events like the Kenya Youth Inter-County Sports and Cultural Association Games. Number 2, mobile counseling units. In partnership with the NGOs, the ministry has deployed mobile mental health units to reach young people in remote areas during sports and arts events. Number 3, access channels. Youth can access mental health services through referrals from coaches and youth officers, direct contact with on-site counseling during events, toll-free mental health helplines. The other part of the question, the National Multisectoral Mental Health Action Plan 2021-2025, the ministry is a key partner in implementing the plan, which is led by the Minister of Health. It prioritizes youth mental health through joint campaigns and community outreach programs. Number 2, collaborative awareness campaigns, joint initiatives with organizations like Basic Needs Kenya and the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA, focus on mental health awareness during sports tournaments, training peer education in mental health literacy. Number 3, National Sports Safety Framework, developed with input from the Ministry of Health. This framework includes mental health as a critical component of athlete safety and wellness. And finally, specific campaigns, Mind Your Youth, our youth campaign. This is a joint program promoting mental health awareness in schools and community sports hubs. I beg to submit, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Miraj, you may ask your 2 supplementary questions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and I'd like to thank the CS for a well-elaborate feedback from the questions by Senator Joyce Korir. But for the supplementary, if I may put to his attention, due to the so many land grabbing issues from our region, so many youth facilities, especially the ground.
Which is your region, Honorable Miraj?
Coast region.
You have to state,
yeah.
Which is your region?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. From the coast region, we have grounds like Kishada in Kisauni, Mende in Likoni, and Vexula in Likoni, where land grabbers are taking away the grounds from the youths. And this is increasingly adding up the numbers of our youths who are mentally unstable right now. You've spoken to a matter of sports in our schools to help in curbing the mental crisis that we are having from our youths. Can I put to your attention, CS, that most of the schools do not have playgrounds for them to go for sports. I don't know what measures you are taking, because as much as I can remember is that the president had put a task force and a fund to repossess grabbed land from the land grabbers. As a ministry and mental health in the picture, what are the measures that you are going to take to safeguard the grounds that are being affected by major infrastructural programs by government and the land grabbers in our region? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable CS, you may respond.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to say that I acknowledge the question that has been put to me by Senator Miraji on matters land. And what we are doing as a ministry, we are working very closely with county governments, with the Ministry of Land, and also with Ministry of Education, where schools are concerned, to ensure that, one, the grabbed land is repossessed, and number two, to also protect other pieces of land from land grabbers. So that is the effort that we are doing. And part of the program that we are doing on sports academies is part of that program, where once we identify a place where we are doing an academy in a school, we also work with the other agencies to ensure that land is reclaimed, repossessed, and protected from grabbing. So we are working with other agencies of government on that matter.
Senator Catherine Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to ask the CS a question. Thank you, CS, for your elaborate response to Senator Kore's question. Honorable CS, what you said sounds so good, but I would want to know where it is actually being implemented. In particular, I would want to know what programs you have in Nyakach sub-county, where I have been for the last 1 month. Honorable CS, Nyakach in 2023 had teen and child pregnancy to the extent of 3,816. We have child mothers, we have young boys with a lot of mental health. We don't have any programs in that sub-county community. We don't even have any interventions. I'm trying to work with one CBO, trying to intervene for child mothers who cannot access counseling services and so on. Where are these programs? And why are they not reaching Nyakach sub-county?
Senator Gataya.
Honorable Speaker, I have a supplementary question to last year's sports concerning a stadium in Tharaka Nithi.
Honorable Gataya, kindly take your seat.
What is it, Honorable Speaker?
Just take your seat. Just take your seat. Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I had an opportunity to be a secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And I want to ask the Cabinet Secretary in this relation to the mental illness of young people. The Youth Fund was set to help those who wanted to set up businesses so that they can self-employ themselves. I've seen an initiative whereby people are fundraising for the youth. What has happened to the Youth Fund? And how implementing it to make sure that we reduce mental illness or depression or stress of young people by making sure that they secure their future through self-employment.
Senator Veronica Maina.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and welcome CS together with the PS of Sport. My question is in regard to promotion of mental health among the youth. And I would want to know what measures and efforts the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Creative Economy and Sports have put in place to facilitate conversation and dialogue to reconcile the emerging issues that have been raised by the youths who have been very dissatisfied and have been demonstrating, using the medium of sports and creative economy to enhance intergenerational conversations. What measures is your ministry putting in place to intervene with the emerging issues that are affecting the youths as they demonstrate on the streets?
Senator Wambua.
Mr. Speaker, I sought this opportunity to clarify an issue because this is a house of record. The CS has indicated to us in the previous question that Kitui Stadium is being renovated.
Senator Wambua.
Mr. Speaker, this is important.
Senator, however important it is, we have our rules.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
And
But the people of Kitui are online.
Senator Wambua.
And they are saying the stadium is not being renovated, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua, you had an opportunity. I gave you an opportunity.
Yes, but he responded to when he responded to the Speaker.
We have dealt with our question. We are now on the question of mental health.
Mr. Speaker.
Anything that is not related to mental health.
Mr. Speaker, it is the same ministry.
Take your seat, Honorable Senator.
Mr. Speaker, I'm here because
Senator Wambua, you're defying the ruling of the Speaker, and you know the consequences. Senator Wambua. Senator Wambua. Senator Wambua.
the stadium is not being renovated. That's the truth. What is being renovated is the state laws, where the president will spend the night, and the other thing being renovated.
Senator Reche, you may proceed. Senator Murgu, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to know from the CS as to what measures the ministry is taking towards drug use among the youth that is enhancing mental problems and so on, and therefore creating difficulty when it comes to talents and so on.
Senator Kavindu.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to know from the CS what is doing in Machakos about mental health in youth, regards youth. Are you having any programs in Machakos in particular, and also dealing with drugs addiction in those areas with youth? Thank you.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my question to the CS is, the programs he has said they are running, unfortunately, we have not heard about them in the counties, Honorable Speaker. What is the CS doing and the ministry doing to ensure that these programs reach the youth at the lowest administrative unit at the ward level, to ensure that the sensitization and the programs do benefit the youth, Honorable Speaker, and even using sports? Why do we have tournaments that are being funded by members of parliament individually and so forth? Why can the ministry itself run all sports tournaments for youths across all the wards, 1,800 wards in this country, so that even the programs can have a higher penetration in terms of reaching out to the youth? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Beatrice Akenya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I needed to get from the CS. Bona CS, do you think we handled the Gen Z issue in last year well? And in your opinion, as a ministry, what are some of the innovative ways in which we could have attended to their outcries?
Senator Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the CS is on mental health for the youth. Exactly how does the ministry identify youths who have mental health challenges? And I ask that, Honorable Speaker, because what the youths have been going through in the last few months must have cost most of them challenges, seeing most of them killed and sometimes abducted. This must have caused a lot of mental stress and anguish. So how do you identify as a ministry youths that have mental issues, because we must prevent other than cure? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Chiranke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, mine is on a follow-up on the issue of mental health among youth. Bwana Waziri, there were an issue that most of the young people that went on demonstrations, they were using hard drugs and substance abuse. As a ministry, there were allegations. Can you learn how the law operates, Senator Wambua? Mr. Speaker, you need to protect me. There were allegations that most of the young people, including the criminals and goons that were sponsored people known to Senator Wambua, were using hard substance and drug abuse.
Senator Fernandez, just proceed to withdraw and apologize to your colleague.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I say best known to him. But
Senator
I withdraw and
Fernandez.
apologize. I withdraw and apologize so that we make progress. Mr. Speaker, this I really wanted to find out the assessment of the Ministry of the Youth and Sports, whether some of the innovative agenda of addressing the grievances raised by the young people is part of making sure that there is mental wellness, Mr. Speaker, because we did pass the mental health bill in this floor of the House. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may now proceed to respond.
Honorable Speaker, I must agree that the questions are very many. But I want to assure you I will respond to all of them, including the one that I had already responded to from the Senator of Kitui. I was in Kitui last Wednesday.
Proceed, Honorable CS. Proceed.
I was in Kitui on Wednesday last week. What we are doing in Kitui County is not a renovation. We are doing a fresh 10,000-seater stadium at Ithokwe. The contractor is on the ground. His name is called Milcons. So I want to confirm by the 6th of October, we will go back to take over that facility for Mashujaa Day celebrations.
Honorable CS, proceed to respond to
Now,
the questions
now I
related to
proceed.
mental health.
Now I proceed to respond to the other questions because I had to set the record straight on that matter, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, can you proceed to respond? Honorable Senator for Kitui, you're out of order, and I'm giving you a first question. Proceed.
Okay.
Honorable Wambua, kindly leave the chamber. Proceed, Honorable CS. Leave the chamber, Honorable Member for Kitui. In the following 5 seconds, if you don't leave the chamber, Sergeant at Arms, help the member to leave the chamber. Proceed, Honorable CS.
So on the matters of mental wellness, which in most of the questions they have been combined with other general issues, I want to state that the ministry is not working alone on these matters. We are working with other government agencies, for example, on matters to do with drugs and substance abuse. We are working with NACADA and also the Ministry of Interior to identify and also to have remedies to address these matters. Number two, there was an issue in Nyakach. the honorable member wanted to know what we are doing in Nyakach sub-county on matters teenage pregnancies and mental health. Honorable Speaker, I want to state that currently I did come with data for Nyakach, but I want to confirm that this is a sub-county. We will also check the statistics and work with the agencies in that area to know the numbers, and then we address them. So this is an issue we are flagging and we are prioritizing in our next intervention. There was a question about youth fund. The Youth Enterprise Fund is still financing businesses for the youth. When they apply, they still access loans. This question by Honorable Manzo, I also want to add that currently we are even supporting the labor mobility program, those youths who get jobs outside the country. We also support them through Youth Enterprise Fund to take care of the initial costs as they proceed to work abroad. Most of the other questions were relating to mental health. We have our Kenya Academy of Sports that also engages youth on matters mental health. And we are also working with the international NGO from Korea. The last month, we had about 15,000 youth graduating from the weekend sessions that happen in Kasarani. And these youth come from across the county. And the main topic that is dealt with in those forums has to do with wellness and also mental health. So this is a program we are working together with this international NGO, and it is touching on almost all counties. So it's only that we have monthly sessions which bring on board youth from the different counties. So you might not see it on the ground because they do it here in Kasarani, fully funded by this NGO and the Ministry of Youth. And we have agreed to extend this program to even the lower levels in our county. So we are working together with this NGO. On the matters of youth generally in this country, I think there has been a specific reference to what is happening now and the Gen Z and all this. I also want to state that as a ministry, we have initiated a dialogue program called Wazo and Kikao, which brings on board the youth for an engagement, and this program is ongoing. It's only that we are resource constrained, but we keep expanding this program. So we have a Wazo and Kikao program as a dialogue model where we discuss with the youth on some of the issues that they are facing in their lives. Away from this, we are also working with the World Bank as partners in a program called Nyota, which also brings on board youth for recognition for prior learning. It also brings on board youth for business grants and also youth in skills development. Currently, we have youth who have applied because this program, we are targeting 800,000 youth in the country, and we'll be launching these grants and benefits in next month of August because now the applications have been processed online, *254#, and they are able to make the application for this program. This is a program where the youth participating will, at the end of the training, for example, those who will go through the business training, they will be funded 50,000 to initiate their businesses. Those who will do the skills component, they will equally be funded to inspire their skills, and they'll be paid 6,000 stipend a month for 6 months to make sure that they stay in this program and also benefit. This is a program which is running across the country, and therefore it is part of what we are doing to enhance their capacity. So I think basically, Honorable Speaker, on all matters to do with the mental health, I think these are general issues that I've already handled. On the matter of identification, we also have the Kenya Academy of Sports that trains community referees and other coaches at the community level. And identification, some of it is done at school level, some of it is done at community level to ensure we bring them on board for training. And every training that is done for coaches, referees, and the community technical people, and the youth takes care of a mental health session, which is the one that handles most of the issues. One senator wanted to know my opinion. Do you think the Gen Z was handled well last year? I think this is a matter for discussion for all of us. I don't think I have a personal opinion on the handling of Gen Z, but I think my opinion and the position of the Ministry of Youth Affairs on matters youth is that the youth of our country are an opportunity that we can work together to transform our nation. However, for that to happen, youth therefore have to be connected to the strategic interventions, because youth have a career, youth have a dream, and I'm sure the dream is not necessarily for them to act negatively. The dream is for them to use their potential, to use their skills so that they can inspire their livelihood. And therefore, all interventions, government and non-government, should focus on working with young people to help them to realize their potential, to create an enabling environment for them to achieve their dreams. So anything else away from that is going to be negating their success. And that is why even the youth participating in the different athletes, we have also reviewed, because most of the mental challenges were to do with the financing. So we have actually also reviewed the award for athletics from April this year. We have approved the new rates. For example, the youth who will participate in Olympics and they are able to acquire a gold medals, instead of paying them 750,000, we have now graduated this to 3 million, silver from 500 to 2 million, bronze 300,000 to 1 million. Those who will participate in Commonwealth, gold now has moved from 500,000 to 2.5 million, silver from 300,000 to 1.5, and 200 and bronze from 200,000 to 1 million. So these are the new rates. Those who will participate in Youth Olympics and they win gold, we have moved the rewards from 300,000 to 500,000, silver from 200 to 350, and bronze from 100 to 150. So these are some of the measures we are using to inspire athletes and also to address hopelessness, to address mental challenges. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank you most sincerely for giving me this opportunity to address the Senate. And finally, Mr. Speaker, there was one issue about tournaments. One member asked about what we are doing on matters tournaments. We have designed a concept and will soon be launching government-funded tournaments from the ward level to the national level. And FKF is also working with all of us to see how we can regulate and support the youth on the ground. But we'll be running a league from the ward level to the national level, where then participation of youth will be very key. And I'm sure this is going to address some of the issues that you are facing where you are hosting individual tournaments. They are very expensive. They are not sustainable. So we will be working with you in this new arrangement. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and honorable members.
Thank you, Honorable CS. You are now free to leave to attend to other duties. Thank you. Clerk, you may now usher in the CS in charge of environment and climate matters. Honorable CS, welcome to the Senate. Now you're here to respond to question number 086 by the Senator from Murang'a County, and also question number 091 by the Senator from Marsabit. We will proceed with question number 086. Honorable Senator from Murang'a, kindly ask your question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. These are my questions, or my question to the Honorable CS. One, could the Cabinet Secretary explain why dumping of waste has been allowed to continue at an illegal site located at Mokara Junction, Muguru Ward in Kangema, Murang'a County, a site originally excavated by Lee Construction Limited during the construction of the Kiangunyi, Kefango, Mukarara Road in 2018. B, what immediate measures has the ministry put in place to address illegal dumping, particularly at sites obstructing public infrastructure, as the one near the county slaughterhouse and Tambaya village in Kangema, Murang'a County? And C, what long-term waste management and monitoring strategies does the ministry have to prevent environmental degradation and public health risks in residential areas across the country? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may now respond.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and honorable members for according us time to give answers to the concern. I would like to respond as follows. The solid waste disposal site at the Mukarara Junction in Kangema Town is a county government of Muranga's designated dump site for the solid waste generated from the town. Before the site was designated as a solid waste disposal site, it was an abandoned road construction material borrow pit. Designation of sites for solid waste disposal in the country is done by county governments. It is guided by the understanding that counties have no proper solid waste management facilities like landfills and material recovery facilities. The designated sites are required to start managing waste under agreed minimum requirements. The site is currently established, recognized, operated, and managed by the county government of Muranga through the Department of Environment of the county government. It lies in a large public land estimated to be 200 acres. The management of the site, however, does not meet the expected standards. For example, there are no control measures to prevent dumping and spread of waste outside the disposal site. The site is not fenced or manned by county government officials. There is dumping of waste along the access road since the roads inside the site are not motorable because they are not maintained. The waste is not spread, not covered, nor compacted. There are no measures put in place to mitigate against fires or breeding of rodents and other nuisance. There is no environmental impact assessment for the site, no annual environmental audits. An inspection of the site was done by environmental inspectors from the National Environment Management Authority, and an improvement notice issued to the county government of Muranga to improve on the management of the site. For question B, Honorable Speaker, the ministry, through the National Environment Management Authority, has issued several advisories to all the county governments and the Council of Governors on sustainable waste management. Some of the advisories include on 19th July 2024, where NEMA wrote to the county governors through COG advising counties to remove all wastes in undesignated sites and submit a zonation plan for waste collection and disposal areas. This is Annexed 4, Management of Illegal Dump Sites. A reminder on the same was done on 30th August 2024, Annexed 5, Reminder on Illegal Dump Sites. On 19th July 2024, a letter was sent to all county secretaries requesting them to ensure all waste is segregated, collected, and transported to designated waste handling facilities, Annex 6, advisory to the county governments. Specifically, the advisory requires the county governments to, number one, collect, handle, and transport waste and deliver it to facilities that are licensed and designated as per Section 7 of Environmental Management and Coordination, Waste Management Regulations of 2024, to establish waste management infrastructure to promote source segregation, collection, reuse, and set up material recovery facilities as per Section 9 of the Sustainable Waste Management Act 2022, waste transportation trucks not to carry mixed waste, reorganize existing dump sites to ensure there are separate reception areas for organic, general waste, residual waste from material recovery facilities, and landfill for unrecoverable waste. The reorganization will assist in reducing waste contamination and will enable recovery of valuables from waste. A reminder letter to all county governments was done on 18th June 2025, asking them to report to NEMA on progress made in reorganization of current dump sites to receive waste as per National Color Code. That is Annex 7, reminder letter on waste segregation. A public notice and letter to all waste transporters was done on 18th June 2025, requiring them to adhere to the National Waste Color Code and not to transport mixed waste. That is Annex 8, letter to transporters on waste segregation. On question C, Honorable Speaker, the ministry has put in place a number of waste management and monitoring strategies to prevent degradation and public health risks in residential areas. These include the following: licensing of facilities and waste transporters, where NEMA has licensed waste transporters as well as waste treatment and disposal facilities as per environmental management and coordination waste management regulations of 2024. The issued licenses have conditions used to monitor the status of licensed facilities and transportation vehicles in order to maintain the set standards. Secondly, awareness program where NEMA collaborates with county governments, including Murang'a County Government, on awareness aimed at changing public behavior with respect to management of waste at the household level, proper waste handling by waste handlers, that's transporters, aggregators, among others, and development of material recovery facilities. NEMA is actively involved in promoting and regulating material recovery facilities as required by Sustainable Waste Management Act 2022. NEMA has developed guidelines for establishing MRFs and is working with counties, including Murang'a County, to implement the guidelines. Various technologies, both manual and mechanical, are being promoted to separate different types of recyclable, like paper, plastics, metals, and glass, in order to ensure they are clean and ready for processing. Another way is the extender producer responsibility, where the Sustainable Waste Management, that is the Extender Producer Responsibility Regulations 2024, requires all producers to take care of the products introduced on the Kenyan market and waste arising therefrom. Using the EPR law, counties shall only be expected to be directly in charge of organic waste management, as the synthetic waste shall be managed by the producers. NEMA has started to educate and register producers of EPR. The producers are being held accountable for the environmental impact of their products throughout their life cycle. Producers, including manufacturers, importers, and brand owners, are obligated to register with NEMA and implement EPR schemes for designated products. For environmental audit and monitoring programs, NEMA has continued to engage county governments on an improvement program for solid waste dump sites through monitoring of the 10 minimum points. The 10 minimum points ensure the dump sites are adequately managed. This is Annex 1. Implementation of regulations of plastic waste. Plastic waste was identified as a very hazardous stream of waste that requires special attention, hence the enactment of the Environmental Management and Coordination, Management and Control of Plastic Packaging Materials Regulation 2024. And these regulations have established a framework for managing and controlling plastic packaging materials, promoting the use of environmentally friendly alternatives, and fostering recycling. NEMA has commenced enforcement of the plastic regulations. Honorable Speaker, the challenges in waste management at county level are several. We have challenges with counties which are at times adamant to undertake environmental impact assessment and annual environmental audits, making it very hard for NEMA to regulate. Counties are again adamant to license their waste transportation trucks with NEMA, and dump sites are neglected and have poor road networks, and this encourages illegal dumping. Counties are slow to embrace waste segregation at source and enforcement of the same. And there's lack of appropriate waste management infrastructure, such as material recovery facilities, recyclers, incinerators, and landfills. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Madam CS, I will allow honorable members who have got supplementary questions to ask, and Senator Cherargei is not in. Senator Esther Kinyuri.
Honorable Speaker, it's my question. You have not asked for me to.
Senator Nyutu, you will have your moment to do so. I appreciate that this is your question, and I am in the process of highlighting the members who have made requests to ask supplementary questions. And I was confirming that Esther Ekinyuri, just take your seat, Senator. You've got Catherine Muma, right? Senator Tabitha, Senator Kajwang, and lastly, Senator Beatrice Akinyi, in that particular order. Before then I allow Senator Esther Kinyuri, I will ask the questioner, Senator Nyutu, to ask your 2 supplementary questions. Then I will go to Senator Esther Okinyuri.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I just need to seek clarification, further clarification from the CS, because from her response, one of the solutions that I have for monitoring of, environment and waste management is through licensing. But this is done, I believe, on an annual basis. So what do we do in the interim, Honorable CS, through the Speaker? Because when things start going wrong, and we only confirm at the time we are issuing the license for the following year, then in between there could be challenges. Honorable Speaker, the other issue I have with the response by the CS is, I know, of course, I've gone through the response and seen that NEMA wrote to the County Secretary, Murang'a County Government, regarding this matter. But, Mr. Speaker, what happens if compliance is not achieved according to the response, according to to section 143 of EMCA, that whoever does not comply then is liable to a fine, let me not go to the details, to a fine or imprisonment. So in the interim, if the county secretary does not comply, what happens to the residents of Kangema, because they are exposed to health risks, other than the imprisonment and fine that may be liable to the county secretary? What happens then to the residents? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam CS, before you respond to that, I'll allow one senator again, Senator Esther Kinyuri, so that you cumulatively respond to the 2 questions. Senator Cherargei, I'd called you out. You are out of the chamber. Senator Esther Okinyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine is a further clarification on how deliberate the ministry is to tackle the issue of residential waste management, because the other time I was watching a clip on TikTok where the CEC, Geoffrey Mosiria, was trying to talk to residents in Pipeline Estate who are actually using waste and just dumping it right in front of their households, Mr. Speaker. What can the ministry do deliberately so that it's not just on the part of county governments, but also on the part of the households in those residential areas? Because her responses are quite theoretical, but not in action, because I've cited the case of Pipeline Estate, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable CS, you may respond to those 3 supplementary questions, then we will progress to the others. Give the CS the microphone, please.
For Senator Murang'a, the question regarding licensing on annual and basis and what do we do in the interim, we have asked counties to do an environmental impact assessment, and in the absence of environmental impact assessment, we also again, issue improvement plans to the counties. As you are well aware, waste management is a devolved function. And so we can only issue the improvement notices and await the impact assessment to see how we can move forward. And for non-compliance, we continue to engage the counties. But as I have said earlier on, we've had multiple interventions. One of them that has recently come in is the EPR, the Extended Producer Responsibility, which again will support us in ensuring that we have the polluter pays principle. This is again the answer to Senator Esther. So when we have the producer paying principle, then we can have resources, and after segregation, we will be ensuring that the recycling occurs, say for instance, the recycling of plastics, among others, and we can be able to improve waste management in that aspect. Additionally, through the EPR, what we intend to do is to support the waste pickers in terms of creating green jobs or clean jobs, and with working together with the county government, we believe that implementation of extended producer responsibility will support in terms of human resource, who will again support in segregation of waste and ensuring that our environments are clean and we are not exposed to health risks.
Senator Catherine Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Even as I ask the question, Honorable Speaker, allow me to welcome the CS Environment to the Senate, but also to bring it to her attention that whereas waste management is a county function, the national government has the responsibility to develop policy, to develop standards, to actually provide technical support, and to ensure that the enforcement of the standards, national standards, in this matter. So I am not particularly happy that everything is being thrown to counties, even though it's their responsibility. So what my question is, how active is the Intergovernmental Relations Committee for the environment sector, and what are the issues you've agreed with county governments, and what in particular are you working on, particularly for toxic waste like asbestos roofs? Thank you.
Senator Tabitha Mutinda.
Thank you, Speaker. Allow me also to take this opportunity to welcome the Minister for Environment, because the last time she was here, she was the Minister for Health. Welcome to Senate. Mr. Speaker, my question to the Minister is, in 2017, the government banned plastic in this country, both importation and local manufacturing. But still, as we speak, Madam Waziri, you realize that NEMA still gives exemptions, especially to the potting bags in this country that are still being manufactured. The reason we still continue having drainages blocking still is because of the illegal manufacturing of the polythene bags, because still NEMA allows for manufacturing of potting bags or seedling bags in the agricultural sector. What is your plan as the minister in regards to ensuring that Kenya now focuses on the alternative of the biodegradable potting bags in this country, so that we completely eradicate the production and importation of the raw materials for plastic bags in this country? If you continue giving these exemptions, then when will we have the maximum alternative of the plastic bags in this country? I submit, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Moses Kadzwang.
Mr. Speaker, I also welcome the CS to the Senate, and I look forward to further collaboration with her in my other capacity as the chair of the Climate Caucus. Mr. Speaker, Parliament played its role by passing the Sustainable Waste Management Act in 2022. Under the Act, the CS was given certain responsibilities. The Act established Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the CS whether this Waste Management Council has been established, whether it is working, and what it has been able to achieve. Under the Sustainable Waste Management Act, the CS was also required to bring regulations to the House and was also required to publish model laws for county governments. I want to find out from the CS which regulations have been brought to Parliament, whether the CS has published the model laws, and how many counties have been able to successfully implement or enact those laws. And finally, Mr. Speaker, waste is gold in certain jurisdictions. When we went to Dubai, we found that they are converting solid waste into energy. We have seen countries where recycling is a big part. The circular economy is huge. Could the CS tell us what the policy position of the government is with regards to conversion of solid waste into energy and the size of the circular economy in Kenya and the challenges that it faces? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Moses Kadzwang, you noted that you asked more than 2 supplementary questions, and I let you do so intentionally by virtue of your position as the chairman of the Climate Caucus. Otherwise, ordinarily, the standing orders allows you to have only 1 supplementary question. Senator Samson Cherargei.
And I thought, Speaker, we should amend standing orders to include Climate Caucus as part of our committees. So, Speaker, with your indulgence, I want to also welcome Waziri. I think we were in Kaptagat and she did a good job. She's also sitting next to my voter, so I'll support her naturally because she's sitting next to my voter. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the CS, we have agreed there are many policies on waste management. Our city, Nairobi, Mombasa, Eldoret, Kapsabet, Homa Bay, and all the towns and cities and urban centers are being choked by, including Bomet town, are being choked by waste. Mr. Speaker, the NEMA is seated here, and I hope I have seen the DG. What are they doing about illegal dumping and solid waste management in this country? Because whenever you drive, Mr. Speaker, you see waste all over. In fact, Nairobi is the worst. I think the county government and governor of Nairobi have left the waste to be all over, Mr. Speaker. And even in terms of estate solid waste management, Mr. Speaker, you and me know that you pay for your waste to be taken from your house wherever you live. Of course, I know where you live, Speaker, but I will not say it for the record. But, Mr. Speaker, we have to pay. Yet we have all these policies, Mr. Speaker. What is the ministry doing in fighting against illegal dumping, in solid waste management, Mr. Speaker? Because this solid management, as the chair of climate action has said, it can be turned into gold. So can the CS give us a silver bullet on how to address this issue of illegal dumping and solid waste management, and possibly partner with other partners to ensure we can transform solid into something that we can use for the value of the economy? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and for accepting that my head of delegation was able to give more than 1 question, and I think I will ride on that privilege that he has had as his delegation.
That is a
Honorable Speaker,
of the chairperson, Senator
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I want to start by welcoming the CS, Madam Deborah, who we have worked with before, And in the delegation, I also see a former DG of NEMA, Ayuba, a man I worked with, and an officer who was very passionate about environmental issues then. I hope he still is. Madam Honorable Speaker, my question is that how often does the CS engage with the counties as intergovernmental forum, as was envisaged in the Constitution 2010? Honorable Speaker, I notice a number of these issues are also touching on counties. And if the CS was engaging the counties on this meeting, a number of them would be thrashed. Honorable Speaker, I also wanted to know from the CS if the county environment committees are in place, are working, because NEMA is a member of that, and how staffed are their decentralized offices at the counties? Mr. Speaker, sir, because you only see 1 or 2 officers, which is not proportionate to the members that we have and to the service that we want offered. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Manzo.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, to implement what is in C, the long-term waste management and monitoring strategies, I want to ask the CS what budgetary allocation does he have in this financial year to be able to implement all this which is asked in this question, because without a budget, really, it's not possible, Mr. Speaker.
Senator John Kinywa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When I'm here, I'm thrown off balance by the questions that my colleagues are asking in terms of waste management, because in the Waste Management Act 2021, the mandates are given to the county government unless, Mr. Speaker, these functions have been taken back to the national government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Did you ask a question to the CS?
No. It's for the CS to tell me whether maybe these functions have been taken back to the national government.
Very well, thank you. And lastly, Senator Onyonka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This matter is so weighty that I wish we had more time to interrogate it, but I believe that at some point we may have to. I wanted to ask the CS, in a nutshell, if you look at all the issues that has been brought up by either at that time, I'm talking about in the 80s and 90s up to now, at that time the issue was with municipal councils, then we had county councils, and then we've now come in where we have counties, and of course all these matters have been devolved, and I just want to come, Mr. Speaker, to the city of Nairobi. Why, Mr. Waziri, why are we not able, just as a people who are intelligent and reasonable, why are we not able to get a system which is self-sustaining, which is reasonably designed and made in such a manner like other countries do, so that we can manage our garbage? Isn't it, Waziri, because many of us in this house and elsewhere are the ones who are actually the ones collecting the garbage and making billions and billions out of it, instead of setting up basic infrastructure which is available? You even have donors. There are donors who want to give us some of these infrastructure so that we set it for free. And yet, every time an idea comes about how we are going to fix the issue of garbage in Nairobi, it dies somewhere. Same way, why are we not able to have...
Kindly be specific in the question you want to ask the Honorable CS.
Can the minister tell us whether the reason why Nairobi cannot collect its garbage and manage it is because of the corruption which is endemic in our government, in our county governments, and all the government departments which are involved in this? That's why we can't move.
Honorable CS, you now may proceed to answer the questions from the various senators.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. Yes, as a ministry, first of all, we've worked on the policy. We have strategies, we've had regulations that have been reviewed, which are really of international standards. But as you know, we are at national level, it's all about policy. The implementers are the county level, since waste management is devolved. And one of the new regulations that we have passed, as I said earlier, was the extended producer responsibility, where the polluter pays principle. What does that mean? It means like the plastic bottles of soda. The producer must be able to see the life cycle of these plastic bottles. We should not find them in the rivers. We should not find them anywhere contaminating. So there is some money that should be given. They pay something because of the pollution. Now, these are the resources that we intend to use in order to improve waste management, and as Senator Onyonka has talked about, review the sustainability. I also want to inform the chair of climate that one of the things that we are also looking into is FLOCA, where we know that county governments are being given resources in order to implement FLOCA. One of the areas that they can also review is waste management. And so we'll be supporting them, guiding them in terms of establishing the material recovery facilities, and again ensuring that we are having circular economy implemented at county level. And so we've written advisories again to the counties, and we continue engaging with counties. Our meeting again is scheduled in the coming weeks, where we'll be meeting the governors to explain to them the EPR and see how we can implement. Again, one of the neglected and so-called vulnerable people are the waste pickers. And we are seeing how, again, we can incorporate them into these cooperatives so that we can ensure that there is sustainability, and we are empowering them and creating green jobs for Kenyans. So these are, again, deliberations we'll have at, with the governors. But for counties, we have the county directors routinely meeting. I believe there was a meeting 2 weeks ago where the NEMA team was able to meet them. And again, we continue supporting them even in matters of implementation. But yet again, they are the key implementers of waste management. Regarding the question of tackling residential waste management, as I had said earlier, it's really about convening the polluters. I think, you know, behavioral practices vary in communities. We cannot say, Honorable Esther, that we can tell everyone to change their behavior, but yet again, we can talk to the polluters. And yet again, we can capacitate human resources that can support us in training, whether it's at the school level, the community level, among others, in matters of waste segregation and matters of hygiene and reduction of health risks. And so those are, again, areas that we are looking into, engaging the polluters to see how they can support in improving the behavioral practices. But ultimately, it's about having the human resource capacity. When you're talking about sustainability, the human resource that are able to ensure that the environments are clean, and this is through resources which can be found in the EPR, FLOC, and also resources that have been given to county governments. So they should be able to allocate some of the money for waste management, for establishment of material recovery facilities, for having the human resource, and implementing the rest. So the other question was Senator Muma, who asked, I think we've answered that we have strategy, regulations, and enforcement, and we have intergovernmental relations are strengthened, and we have routine meetings. We sent a gazette notice for asbestos, that is safe removal and safe disposal of asbestos in Kenya. But then we, cognizant of the fiscal space, Some have been able to do that, others, national government, counties, again, are unable. So we are engaging Treasury and to support us in allocation of resources that will support in implementation of this. Equally, we are engaging partners who can support one way or another. But step by step, we are looking into the safe removal and disposal of waste. And we, again, have come up with guidelines to support in implementation of the same, as well as the strategies. So the next question was regarding banning of plastics. And NEMA provides exemptions for essential uses of food packaging, but EPR, again, should deal with the authorized bags. That is the polluters. In the EPR regulations, you'll notice